Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Caleb here, and welcome to week 4 of my NFL predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed last week. Last week was a really crazy week in NFL, and let's just get right into it. So, a lot of upsets last week. One being, it's not an upset, but the Saints lost to the Eagles, unfortunately. The Falcons lost to the Chiefs. The Broncos beating the Bucks. That was crazy. There's a lot of games that I wasn't anticipating. I thought that they'd go the other way, and evidently I was wrong. I did very bad last week. Worst week I've had probably in the years. I don't do negative. This was the first time I actually was negative, and it felt really weird. Everyone shit on me. My girlfriend beat me up in my football league with the picks, but hopefully I can get them back this week. So here we go. We're going to start with Thursday Night Football live in New York. We've got the Giants taking on the Cowboys. And this one, I like what I see out of the Giants in their win, their first win of the season. Didn't think they'd get it, though. Really didn't think they'd win that game against the Browns. But I picked the Browns 3 times, and I think I've lost every game. So, with that being said, Cowboys did not play well last week. Did not play well the week prior. I don't know how the Cowboys lost last... Oh, no, I do know how... Sorry, they were playing the Ravens last week. That was a 50-50 game. They came back at the end in the fourth quarter. It's fair. I think they're going to start off better. They're 0-2 at home. Really weird for the Cowboys to be 0-2 at home. They were undefeated last season. Usually play very well at home. So maybe it's going to be away now because they're 1-0 away. So we're going to take the Cowboys visiting the Giants. I think that they're going to win. I think it's going to be a close game. If the Giants win... it could go anyway. To be honest, I genuinely, if the Giants upset the Cowboys, I would not be surprised. The Cowboys are playing very bad defensively and offensively. But actually, to be honest, I think the only thing they have going right now is their offense. So let's pray that Dak can just start a game properly and finish the game properly. So there you go. I'm going to take the Cowboys Thursday Night Football. And here we go. Here we're going to start the Sunday games here. So we got a beautiful game to start it off. We got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. Saints fumbled the bag last week. They had to lead the whole game. Lost the Eagles. The Dion Philly was just too much for them to handle. And I think that the same thing's going to happen when they run into the Falcons. I think the defense is too strong there in Atlanta. I think Kirk Cousins is not going to make the same mistakes he did last week. They played very well against the Chiefs. The game came down to a minute left. There was a pass interference call they missed, of course, against the Chiefs because they miss all these calls against the Chiefs. Anyways, I think the Falcons will beat the Saints simply. It's home. They have better... I don't know if they necessarily have a better run game, but they definitely have a better passing game. Considering the first 2 weeks for the Saints, I'm just going off last week. Falcons played the better football. They played the better football, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know, 4th and inches, the run, they did an outside run, the Falcons, and I didn't believe that was the decision they should have made. I think they should have passed or ran up the middle, but hey. Anyways, I think I'm going to take the Falcons in this game. I don't think that the Saints are going to... I don't think their defense is going to be as strong as it was the first 2 weeks, to be quite honest, and same with the offense. So I'm going to be taking the Falcons here in the first game of the Sunday games. So there we go. Now, sometimes in life, things just happen. Like the Panthers winning a fucking football game. That's not normal. They don't win football games. Anyways, that's obviously going into this next game is very fucking interesting. Andy Dalton was a Bengal, now Panther, played really well last week. Outplayed the Raiders. It was crazy. I didn't think the Raiders would lose that game, and they did. And it really shocked me and kind of put things into perspective that any week is anyone's game in football, and that's what I love about this sport. It's fucking amazing. Bengals losing to the Commanders on Monday Night Football, which was 2 days ago, because today's Wednesday. Very, very concerning. Very concerning. That D was disgusting. The Bengals defense played like fucking absolute shit, and yeah, so I don't know really where to go with this game. It's a really hard game. They're both terrible teams at the moment. But I think that I'm going to take, even though they're 0-3 and they're 1-2, they just came off a win and they're going to be home. I think the Bengals are still going to take this game. Yeah, I really hope I'm not wrong. I really hope I'm not fucking wrong. I really do. So there we go. I'm going to take the Bengals here to be 1-3, not 0-4. I hope, because if they're 0-4, I don't know how they come back from that. Like, that's just a little ridiculous for a quarterback of Joe Burrow's caliber with Jamar Chase. And It just doesn't make sense because even the Vikings can do it, right? Like the Vikings did it. We'll get into that in a bit. But anyways, I just think that with a team like that, being to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, what happened, right? Like what happened? He didn't lose. He lost Mixon, but he didn't. He's playing decent into Houston right now. Got injured, of course. Didn't play last game, but I just think, I don't know, man. I feel like the Bengals should be a playoff team, and right at the moment they're not. And I have them in the playoffs, and it just doesn't seem right. So, anyways, let's go into this game. Got the Chicago Bears and the, I wish it said St. Louis Rams because it says the Los Angeles Rams live in Chicago. We got a home team there. We got it. It's going to be in Chicago. Last week I watched the Bears game. I didn't like what I saw. I watched most of the game against the Colts, and they should have won that game. They had so many opportunities. The defense stopped so many times. It's just Caleb Williams is not warm enough. He's not ready. Or it's not that he's not ready. He's playing good, but he's not playing to the expectation I think that the whole league had, to be honest. I thought that they'd start 2-2 or 3-1 at least, and they're 1-2. So they can still be 1-2 completely right. But it didn't look good last game, to be honest. I thought they'd beat the Colts. They didn't. Rams, they beat the 49ers without Puka Nacua, without Cooper Kupp, without, a lot of key players on the O-line as well, and they still have found a way to beat the 49ers, a really good team. Yeah, they don't have Debo and Kittle. That's fair for that game, but their defense was still there. They still had Ayuk. The Purdy was still there. Yeah, Purdy just got a slight injury, I think, but regardless, they still came back and won against the San Francisco 49ers, which is very crazy to me. So I think I'm going to be taking the St. Louis Rams, Los Angeles Rams, whatever, to beat the Bears at home. I don't think the Bears will start off well in this game, and I don't think they'll end well. I think that they'll get exposed a little bit. And they don't, and the Rams don't even have their star players, and they're still going to get exposed, I believe. So yeah, I think that my pick at the beginning of the year for the Bears to make it was very interesting. Very interesting now that we're in week 4 and the Bears aren't doing too great. But if they do win this game, it might show that. But if Caleb Williams can get multiple touchdowns, I don't need to see 1, I need to see 3. Like, if you're going to be a quarterback of that caliber, you can't just get 1 a game, barely win, and, So anyways, the only game that he's won, he didn't have a touchdown in it. So it's fun. Anyways, let's move on. We're going to move on to the Packers and the Vikings. So this is a really fun game. 3-0, 2-1, could go 3-1, both of them. It's a really crazy game. It's going to be in Lambeau. But I'm still going to take the Vikings. I think they're going to beat them. I think with JJ in, it's just a game changer. It always is. It's crazy. Their defense is playing out of their minds. It's crazy. They just stomped my Texans 34-7. Like, that was out of nowhere. Like, I thought we'd win. I thought maybe we'd lose even the last time. I said, like, even in the video, I said we might lose, but not by that caliber. I did not think we'd get smoked, but we got smoked. So give me the Vikings to beat the Packers. Even if Jordan Love comes back, I don't believe he'll be healthy enough to get them the win. They have a really strong D, really good offense. I think that the Packers are going to be the 7th seed instead of the Bears now. I should have said that at the beginning. I just got to have some fun when the preseason. But anyways, I think Sam Darnold is going to come out and play an amazing game. And I think that JJ will as well. I think Addison's going to come back, and that's going to really help for their offense, even though they don't need help. So, yeah, give me the Vikings away to beat them in Lambeau. I think that it could go either way. I think all these games could go, a lot of these games are 50-50. They're really hard to pick. Yeah, so let's move along. Alrighty. We've got the Colts taking on the Steelers in Indianapolis. So the Colts barely beat the Bears. Jonathan Taylor had 2 touchdowns, had a really good night, but that was it. The defense didn't play this. Well, the defense was okay, pretty good, but the offense was awful. Steelers had good offense and good D, like they have for the last 3 weeks, and no one's injured, and everyone's playing to the caliber they should. Justin Fields, I said this last year. I said that the Bears' biggest mistake is getting rid of Justin Fields. He's a really good quarterback. They just don't know how to use him, and Mike Tomlin does, evidently. So I'm going to be taking the Steelers. I think it'll be a 14-point win. In a way, too. I think they'll stomp them. I genuinely do. And TJ Watt's in, so give me the Steelers. Always, whenever TJ's in, man, you got to take the Steelers, man. I think the record last season was 11-2 with him in. or some crazy statistic. And it was like 1-8 when he was out. So, or it wasn't, it was maybe 2 seasons. But anyways, it was a crazy statistic that I read. So now I won't pick against the Steelers if he's playing, to be quite honest, depending on the matchup for sure. But here you are. Anyways, yeah, give me the Steelers in that game. Pretty obvious reasons. And here we go. The next game, the Jets versus the Broncos. Insane by the Broncos to beat the Buccaneers. Insane. What a game, man. Bo Nix balled out. The defense balled out. The Bucs were held to 7 points. And they had 20-7. And, like, no one expected that. No one expected that. I mean, I expected Bo Nix to be good, but not that. Like, he played very well in that game. He still threw picks. So, you got to keep that in mind. The Jets, they played phenomenal. They didn't even let the fucking Patriots get a touchdown. I mean, the Patriots aren't a good team, but they didn't even let them get a touchdown in Thursday Night Football. That's crazy to me. Anyways, better offense, better defense, better quarterback, better running back. But just, yeah, I'm picking the Jets in this game. I don't think it'll be close, to be honest. And if it is close, I'm proven wrong for sure. But I don't think it'll be close. I think the Jets will run away with this game pretty quickly. I think everyone will be on Sunday about by 2:30. We'll be like, okay, yeah, that's what's supposed to happen. 17-0 doesn't surprise anybody, to be honest. But yeah, so that's my take on the Jets beating the Broncos. And here we go, the next game. We got my Houston Texans taking on the 0-3 Jaguars. Oh my God, I love it. It's so fucking amazing. I picked the Jags to, last week, if you remember, I picked the Bills to barely win. And the Bills won 47-10. Like, they killed the Jaguars. And the Jaguars look terrible. Trevor Lawrence looks awful. The defense looks terrible. Even Etienne looks terrible, the running back. And he's like their best player on offense. Besides, I guess, Trevor Lawrence. But Texans had an awful game, too. We got steamrolled 34-7 by the Vikings in Minnesota. I think we'll have a bounce-back game. I think we'll go back to Houston. We'll win this game pretty easy. I think it'll be a 10-point win. Maybe 14 even, because they're looking very, very, very bad. And we didn't look good last week. We're not looking as good as we should. I think this will be the game that we're going to show people, and we're going to drop 40 points, 30 points. We're going to drop a lot of points. And I don't think that the Jags are going to be able to keep up with that. Based on what I've seen so far, it's ridiculous. They're so bad. So give me the Texans winning that game, and give me the Jags getting stomped. There we go. I hope my Texans can win, because if we're 2-2, then I don't feel as confident as I did. Especially if we take a loss to the Jags. I think people will be second guessing CJ Stroud and those Texans, because we only improved tremendously in the offseason on defense and offense. So it's like, if we lose against the 0-3 Jags at home, it's not going to look good for them. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to win that game. I might bet on it. I'm joking. But I think the Texans will win. All right, let's move along. So we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's at home in Tampa. Eagles beat the Saints. Didn't think it would happen. I mean, of course, it was debatable. If the Eagles won, I wasn't going to be like, whoa, that's so surprising. I was trying to have fun last week. Didn't work. Every team I thought was going to have fun and upset lost. So I'm just going to pick what I usually do. Going to pick the Eagles. Don't think the Buccaneers will win. Think it'll be a close game for sure. I think it'll be a touchdown field goal game. I don't think it'll be too big. They have really good offense, really good defense, both teams. They've just not had the start that the world expected. Like, they're 2-1. Sure, they're both 2-1, 100%. But, I mean, even last week, like, they should not have lost that game to the Broncos as much as they did. Even if they did, they lost. They should have not lost 27-7. And they beat the Saints. I think they should have beaten them stronger. It should have been different. But they also lost Devontae Smith that game. They already have A.J. Brown out. So anyways, with all that being said, I think the Eagles are... Give me the Eagles. Just give me the Eagles. I think they're going to win this game. I don't think it'll be close. I think it'll be close, but I don't think that the Buccaneers can win this game. I don't believe so. Even if Baker plays how he was playing at the beginning of the season, I think the Eagles will still win, because I think Jalen Hurts is going to outplay him in this game. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles there. Beautiful. And now let's move on to our last, we have 6 games left? 6, 7 games? All right, here we go. I don't know how to pick this one, but here we go. We got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington Commanders. I guess Redskins. Haha. At home. They just played my Lions at home. Lions barely won that game. We outplayed them, yes, for sure. We deserved the game. We won. Ended up, they're 1-2. But yeah, they played pretty well. Played pretty well on defense. Played pretty well on offense, and they just lost. It's just plain simple. You're playing a better team, you're gonna lose. In theory, right? That's what underdogs, they usually lose if but underdog stories still happen for sure. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is playing good. Kyler Murray is playing good. Buda Baker for sure, and then that's just the normal people that are supposed to play good. But anyways, let's move on to Washington. They just beat the Bengals. Primetime Monday Night Football. They stomped them. Bengals made it close at the end for sure, but they fucking stomped them. And Jaden Daniels looks like him. I can't lie. Anyway, so with that being said, I'm gonna take the Commanders, Redskins, whatever you want to say, in an upset. I mean, a lot of people are favoriting the Cardinals, and I've been looking around everywhere, but I just don't. I see the talent. I've watched them play. They've played very well. But I think that Jaden Daniels has something different up his sleeve, and I think they'll start 3-1, and everyone's going to be surprised by this Commanders team. I'm fucking surprised by this Commanders team, okay? So, give me the Commanders here. I'm going to win that game, I think, in Arizona, an upset. Because, you got to pick some upsets once in a while. I mean, yes, Washington's 2-1, and Arizona's 1-2. It's still an upset, though, because Arizona is favored, evidently. So, anyways, let's move along to this next matchup. This is going to be the one that I'm just quick with it. Patriots, no, they're not winning. 49ers are going to kill them. I think George Kittle's coming back. Even if he doesn't, they still win. I think the last week was a wake-up call with the 49ers, to be quite frank. They had a 24-7 lead, or some ridiculous thing. They ended up blowing it all in the fourth quarter and losing. And they tend to do this against the Rams, and I don't know why. But anyways, give me the 49ers. I think they'll steamroll them just like the Jets did on Thursday Night Football. That's the one game I don't really got to think. Well, there's another one now. So here we go. Chargers at home taking on the Chiefs. Justin Herbert might be out. The Chiefs. The refs are on the Chiefs side. The refs don't call stuff for the Chiefs, and that's my pick. I'm going to pick the Chiefs. Yeah. They're very talented as well. I'm not going to just give it to the refs. They played very well. Rashee Rice had an amazing game. Mahomes had a really good game. Travis Kelce's not playing the way he usually does, which is quite concerning to me because I have him in fantasy and I picked him up knowing he's good. So, yeah, it's a little unfortunate for that. But, anyways, the defense looks fantastic in Kansas City. They do look a little different when Travis Kelce's not getting those hits, right? Or getting those passes because the score is closer. Because if Travis Kelce was making the touchdowns or the passes or the catches he usually does, they probably would have steamrolled the Falcons and I would have looked like an idiot. But it didn't look like that. The Falcons almost won at the very end. Close game, and I looked less like an idiot. But anyways, give me the Chiefs. Not really. Yeah, I don't really need to explain myself, I don't think. It's just Kansas City, fucking Mahomes. They're going to win. So anyways, let's move along. Let's move along to this game here. I think this is the last 4 o'clock game. We got the Raiders and the Browns. 2 shit teams, to be quite honest. They beat the Ravens in week 2 and then lost to the Panthers. They can't play. They lost to the fucking Giants. Sure, if the Giants upset the Cowboys Thursday night, it's going to fucking mind fuck me, and then this will make more sense that the Browns lost. But I don't see that happening. I think the Cowboys are going to beat the Giants, and I do believe the Raiders are going to beat the Browns. They're going to have a bounce-back game in Vegas. And I think Devontae Adams is going to go off, and I think Max Crosby is going to fucking kill Deshaun Watson. So give me the Raiders. And I don't know the status on Myles Garrett, so regardless, even if he was playing, I'd pick the Raiders. So give me the Raiders there, the last 4 o'clock game. And here we go. Game of the week. There's no way any other game beats this game. This game's fucking wild. We got the Baltimore Ravens at home taking on the Bills. Fucking Craig. How do you even pick this game? How do you pick this game? I originally picked the Ravens. The past couple of days, I've been picking back and forth. I'm like, who's going to win? And I only picked this because of my friend. He's one of my best friends. His favorite team's the Ravens. And that's why I usually pick them. They're 1-2. They're going back home. They look very strong. Derrick Henry looks the way he's supposed to. I won't be surprised if they upset the Bills. But give me the Bills Mafia, man. They looked fucking insane against the Jags. They dropped 50 points almost against the Jags. The Jags aren't a good team, really, but that doesn't matter. It's fucking 50 points on any team's retarded. So Josh Allen's looking like that MVP candidate. I think if he beats the Ravens and they end up going to the playoffs as one of the top 2 seeds, I think Josh Allen's going to get MVP. Anyways, going to be a very good game. Sunday Night Football. I'm looking forward to this. I think everyone's looking forward to this game. And yeah, I honestly just believe that the Bills are going to win this game. I think that they'll take it away. I think that O-line looks amazing. The defense looks fucking amazing. And Josh Allen looks amazing. Khalil Shakir looks good. Keon Coleman had a really good game last game. He wasn't having a good the first 2 games, he wasn't having a good 2 starts as a rookie. Last game picked it up. Dalton Kincaid had a really good game. Anyways, with all this, what is it called? What's the word? With all this movement in the right direction for the Bills, I think I'm going to be taking the Bills. The Ravens had a 28-3 lead going in the halftime. The game ended 28-25. I don't know if anyone knew that, but the Cowboys almost came back and won that, which is fucking ridiculous. And if that happened, they would have been 0-3. And then we would have been talking something completely different. Like, it would have been like, are the Ravens going to miss the playoffs? Which would be fucking wild. But anyways, even with this might be, oh my God, are the Ravens going to miss the playoffs? They're 1-3. What's happening? So give me the Bills on Sunday Night Football. Now we got 2 more games. This is a longer video than normal. I apologize. I talk a lot, but anyways, not that anyone's watching, but anyways, here we go. We move along to the Monday night game. We got the Dolphins versus the Titans. And to be honest, Dolphins, terrible game last week. Titans, they had a couple of touchdowns. Still terrible game, but a little better than I thought they would do. So, that being said, they still got smoked by the Packers, and they still got smoked by the Seahawks. Regardless, let's take it take it week by week. They still don't have Tua. Tyreek can only play as well as Tyreek can play when you have no fucking quarterback. And Will Levis is looking not great. I understand. But I think if they run the ball with Tony Pollard, and I think if they pass it to DeAndre Hopkins, I think that if they just start with the run game and run ground and pound, they're going to win this game. No, genuinely, I think the Titans are going to win this game. If the Titans lose, mark my words, I'm never picking them again. So, give me the Titans. Give me the Titans, okay? This is my one pick for the Titans. I haven't picked them yet this season. Give me the Titans in this game. I think that they're going to come out and they're going to win. And they're going to show the fucking Dolphins how to play football, because the Dolphins are not looking great. They look terrible without Tua. They need him back very bad, and he has a concussion, so we don't know when he's coming back. So, I mean, it's really just up in the air, to be honest. It's very scary. I don't know what's going to happen. Tua might even have to, retire. And, like, he's saying he's not going to, but, buddy, you had 4 or 5 concussions in 4 or 5 years. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, I'm going to stop talking. We're going to get to the final game. Final game of the week. We got my Lions taking on the Seattle Seahawks. My girlfriend's dad's team. So kind of my girlfriend's team in a way. She kind of likes them, but not as much as her dad, obviously. And then my team. So this is fun as fuck. Always a good time. I get to chirp her dad. It's fun. It's going to be a very fun time. I love you, Emma. I know you're the only person going to be watching this, so I love you. But I'm going to be taking my Lions. So, yeah, I think that we played decent against the Cardinals. I think we'll play better this week because we'll be home. We did lose our tight end who looks day-to-day, He doesn't look to Sam Laporta. He looks like, I don't know what's going to happen with him. Our center's not doing too well. I think he's injured as well. Seahawks are looking very good. Both teams are looking very good. I'm only picking the Lions because I love the Lions. They're my team. But I honestly do believe we'll win this game as well. I think that if we can get it to Amon-Ra, and we have the best running back duo in the fucking league with Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. So, yeah, I don't know. They have a really good team. I won't be surprised if the Seahawks come into Detroit and beat us. But we're also home. Got to take that into factor. The last 6 times we've matched up against the Seahawks, we have lost. So I mean, I've, for the past couple years, still picked the Lions in confidence, and they've still lost, but I'm going to still fucking do it again. So give me the Lions on Monday Night Football to win. And those are the 2 games there. These 2 games are going to be the games on Monday Night Football. But anyways, there we go. Well, anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed the football season so far. I hope your team's doing okay. Even if you're a Jags fan, I mean, you might be 0-4, but hey, at least you get to watch football again. You don't got to be bored. But anyways, good luck to everyone's teams. I hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, I love you, Emma. Take care, guys.